Way.
And welcome to the National Meat Treasure with your host,
Me?
Don Cheadle.
Imagine Don Cheadle just walked in and was like, "Hey boys, let's bring that listenership up." No, that wouldn't happen. My name is Christian, your friendly Latino host.
And I'm Thrillah, the
Other Latino with a little. You stood a little closer to the barbecue. That's what happened.
Yes.
A little closer. I was chilling.
I love how,
I had a few chelas. I had a few beers in the back. But you were like, you know what? What's this kielbasa about? And now you got to eat some European.
Thrillah, when you say the intro, you got to pull your fucking dick out, bro. Like, you got to be like, listen, I'm Big Thrillah, 303 Mob. You don't know what the fuck going on. 303
you know why
about to blow.
You know why they call me Thrillah? Because I don't know, man. I'm tired already. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day for me. I'm so fucking.
Same.
I'm sick of this job, bro. I got like maybe 2 weeks in me left there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Is it that kind of spot?
I mean,
Yeah, they like sent me home early today because of my quote unquote attitude, and I was like, I mean, it's
nah.
Well, what's your attitude?
Yeah, and it was. Well, they gave me a position that was boring as fuck, but easy breezy. But then they were so understaffed that they kept moving me around, and I wasn't actually getting trained on my position. So they just put me in this other spot permanently that is absolute crap. And it's the most physical, bro. You know me. I work out fucking 7 days a week. I've been to the gym in 2 months because I'm getting my ass whooped by this job so hard. And then today I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this time productively. I slept the entire day. They sent me home at 8 a.m. I slept till 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Body needs it.
Who sends you home because of your attitude? Like, this is high school.
When you're already understaffed, like they literally just posted like the giant sign on the on the window outside that we're hiring.
See, this is why people aren't going back to these jobs, man. Because these employers haven't changed their attitudes. Like, they haven't changed. They don't even want to pay. So the right, like, inflation is in effect already. Like, we're already dealing with the fact that prices are soaring, and there's companies freezing pay. So, and then they got to send you home. Suck a dick wherever you go.
Fuck those niggas, bro.
And they're because I asked one of the guys maybe like 3 weeks ago. I was like, you need to move me to a new department because this is like physically fucking me up. Like, I got these I already have neck pain, whatever, but I'm getting back pain now. My feet are fucking like blistered, and they're like, well, we kind of pay you more than everybody else. So and I'm like,
I love that shit.
They were dead like, I'm really not trying to hear that.
They were like, act your wage.
Boxes, boy. Act your wage.
Act your wage, boy. That's what they said to you, bro.
It's fine. I'm going to figure something out. It's just so annoying, too, because I don't know if you remember that conversation we had a few months ago where I had to pick between that job and a job as like a mortgage loan officer. For those who like don't know what a mortgage loan officer is, it's, I don't know if I can Google it. I'm not an expert. But basically, the way they were saying that the job was set up was like, listen, we'll pay you this while you're training. And it was like 75% of what I would have needed to survive. And then they were like, and then when you're done with training, you get a base pay that's less, but on average, our commissions are, an amount that was maybe 15% higher,
Right.
But the commissions would have been like 20% higher than I would have needed. But again, it's commission. I would have had to put mad energy into sales. So I'm like, I'm not going to be here. Yeah, so I was like, I'm only going to be here for the summer, and then like sign the year lease. So
I remember that conversation. We had that conversation about you going into it, and like for those who don't know, I am a lifelong salesperson. I did. I don't know if anyone knows what it really entails, but I've done outside sales, so that means I go right to the customer and I try to sell them on whatever product I got. Right now I do digital marketing and inside sales. So basically, that's why I'm out here in this conference, because we do stuff for the automotive industry. So there's a big conference and that they've been delaying, and they finally pulled the trigger. But sales is a bitch, bro. Like, especially when like the entire economy is literally cinching their waist for the long haul, it means people aren't willing to spend. So even with with mortgages kind of being at the rate that they are, and it is a complete seller's market at this point for homes. Right? I mean, there's always money to be made, but it's going to be harder. That's why I told you, like, if you're not going to be there long, don't do it. But now that you're there for this time, I don't know, bro. Maybe that's a good lane. Or you start that My Star account that we know you need to start.
Well, hey, OnlyFans has restored faith. They said, hey, we're not changing the policies. I feel like I don't know what really happened there, because I heard that first they were like, we're changing our policies to go a different direction. Then I heard that they were changing their policies because they were getting pressure from banks. And then, I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes because I'm not Jewish and run over banks. No, I'm kidding. But
are you though? Are you kidding? Nah.
I don't know who runs the banks, but it's not people who support sex work or literally bodily. You know what? I actually posted a TikTok about this because, like, I don't know when exactly his prostitution became illegal, but like that should have been the end of capitalism right there. Like you're telling me I have to work for every fucking meal, and I can't even use my bodily autonomy in a way that is pleasurable to me and others to do that? Are you kidding me? Like that should have been it. That should have been like, nope.
That's
burning
really
down the
crazy.
castles.
That's really crazy. It's fucked up. Wait.
Hold on. Christian has cut out completely.
Christian, you're muted.
Very silent. Just so you guys know, Christian is at a conference and he's using Mohegan Sun Wi-Fi. So if he cuts out, but you know what? While he's silent, I want to read a text message that I got today from a friend of mine who is dating a porn star. And I guess his job now is house husband and assist with filming. And he texts me today and says, now I'm getting my first paid shoot, and all I have to do is get a blowjob for my own girlfriend. I figured it all out, Trop. I finally got life figured out, and it only took me 28 years. Fuck him. Fuck that son of a bitch. So if any ladies who make explicit content need a husband, preferably a house husband. I'm not very domestic, but I will figure it out for you. Oh, and Christian's off. Well, let's see if he comes back. But what's up with you, Thrillah? I want to talk more about... So you said earlier that... I asked you, I was like, so right now, we're trying to do like a little cross-promotion. We want to get people on the pod that have a little bit of affluence so we can cross-promote, so we can get our name out there. And I said, why don't you get the brother that you are managing and producing for, rapper 303 Bam out of Shaolin, on the pod? And you said he was like too dumb. Like, please elaborate on that.
Nah. No, this was something he actually said. Because, I was talking to him about doing this podcast. I was like, yeah, I'm doing a podcast with my boys. And he was like, oh, Christian's coming back, baby. But he was like, yeah, that's really dope, man. I would love to like be a guest on a podcast. He's like, but like, I gotta get smarter first. Like, I gotta get smarter. I mean, he's a.
I don't know. I've listened to some. Actually, you know what the dumbest shit I ever heard in a podcast was? First of all, it was on Adam 22's podcast, No Jumper. So already this nigga has stupid ass guests on. He has like all types of like drill rappers that just I remember one time listening to this podcast thinking like, this man is nearing 40 and all his guests are like 19, 20 years old. Like he must really like pull his fucking hair out. I mean, he did. He's bald. Or he was. He's bald.
And he was like, fuck it.
But I think the dumbest shit anyone ever said in his podcast was porn star Riley Reid. And I love how we just got back to porn so quickly.
We always do somehow.
9 minutes recording, and we're already back to porn. But the dumbest shit she said, you shouldn't change a baby's diapers because a baby can't consent.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Okay, I'm back.
And
there we go. He's
back, folks.
What the fuck? Mohican Sun, fix your Wi-Fi, bro. I know it ain't, but fix it.
Justin,
bro.
Can you run that Riley Reid comment back one more time? Because I want Christian to hear this shit.
I gotta hear it.
Okay, so I was telling him the dumbest thing I ever heard anyone on a podcast say, and it was on. Are you familiar with No Jumper and Adam 22? Yeah, so already you know he interviews dumb motherfuckers like, and he had
his host.
But you know, you would think because I was listening to that podcast pretty heavily for like early pandemic, and you know,
it's a good one.
I just couldn't like all these guys he has on are fucking high as fuck. They're like 19-year-old rappers, and you would think, and these motherfuckers say some dumb shit, but there was one guest, Riley Reid, that took the fucking cake. When she said,
of course,
you shouldn't change a baby's diapers because a baby cannot consent. As someone with two kids.
Man. Listen, I've heard this argument before.
First of all, where the fuck did you hear this argument? Because I need to know.
Listen, I am a new age. I'm a parent. I'm a recent parent, right? So you haven't been in the parent groups yet. You've been out of them. So in these parent groups, all kinds of shit flies around. Literally, it's a scene, right? So parents start sharing like, you know, techniques and whatnot. And one thing that was brought up was that you should ask your child for consent to change them, which realistically, I kind of understand where someone's going with it, but you're fucking insane. How is your child going to consent? Literally, there's no way that an infant can communicate anything besides. So I don't listen. Parent how you want to parent. That's not real because no one would actually do that. Like if that was the case, then no one would ever. Like we would just have children filled with shit.
How are you gonna give consent if you don't even know how to wipe your own ass?
There's no concept for consent. Like it's gone so far off the deep end. Like listen, consensual sex, consent for anything out there is wonderful. It's sexy. It's fantastic. I love hearing a woman say, "I want you
deep in me
to fucking literally just blow my asshole." Like that's what I want to hear. I want to hear you say, "Baby, I've got all the lube. Put that soda can fucking cock inside of me, and let's get this going." That shit is hot. What's not is this bullshit, and I really think it's almost like it's very Onion-esque. Like it's someone. It's just like no one actually thinks of that, right? Because why? First off, why do you think it's like sexual to change a child's like diaper? Like there's nothing. Listen, I have 2 children, one of each gender. I have never, ever, 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 ever,
Whoa, buddy, first of all,
looked at their genitals.
First of all, buddy, you're not allowed to say what their gender is, all right? It's their sex. They have both. You have children of both sexes. You're not allowed to tell them what their gender is.
Both sexes.
Apparently.
Okay. Fuck me. I don't really care. Like it's my children. Yeah. If I want to say what I want to say to them, I'm gonna do it. Listen, again, in that same beat, if you want to be that asshole that ask your little fucking 2-month-old, be like, "Is it okay if I change your nappy now?"
Oh, fuck 2 years old. If you an infant, a newborn will die if you don't.
No, 2 months.
They
will die if you don't change them.
Sick, bro. Like.
Literally, we learned that from Tamagotchi. I want you to think about that. Think about that. Tamagotchi told us that if we don't change our babies, they don't need consent. What? I got to ask my Tamagotchi now?
Consent will kill them. They will die from consent.
It really will. No. Like, can you imagine if everything had to be beat by beat for that? Like, someone goes into cardiac arrest in front of you, but you got to go, "Sir, is it okay if I perform CPR?"
I actually saw a CPR.
Where are we going?
I saw someone say that.
That's
no.
Christian's video has been disabled due to internet quality issues. First of all, bro, I know you make money. You should have got the deluxe internet package.
What deluxe internet package? There is no deluxe internet package.
That?
This is a business expense. My video seems like it's still going.
Yeah, so does on mine also.
Oh, mine it says Christian's video has been disabled, but whatever, we're vibing. Also, where's
maybe that means
internet?
you just can't see him.
Because I have two internets. Okay, I'm on. So there's my internet and the internet for this building.
And then the
internet for this building isn't great unless like everybody's asleep. But I'm on my personal internet.
Kind of fire.
Yeah, that was like part of the sale.
Your building gives you internet?
Well, that was like part of the sale,
trash.
and I never really bothered to ask like the internet quality. And then like once I signed the lease, they were like, by the way, it's not super great because hundreds of people live
internet
here.
Is shit.
I mean, it was
trash,
good for like the first
like
couple days because like I wasn't really watching TV till like 11 or something like that. So at like 11, it's great, but then like you wake up in the morning, you want to watch something, like the building internet it's not gone.
Oh, God, I have first world problems, bro. Like the minute like internet starts to get slow or laggy, like I can't stand that shit in my house because everything is literally like hooked up to the internet. Like my Ring camera, my fucking my smart home lighting, like all the devices. Like if the internet goes out, it is the fucking worst. I have, like I said, I work with a digital company, so we get like they put us on a VPN, and the VPN is like crazily taxing on the download speed. So I can't stand that shit.
You know what's taxing on your download speed?
It would ruin my day.
Living in the fucking forest, dude.
Listen, hold on. Let's get this straight, okay? I've got gigabit internet. It is the fastest that you will ever. You can't even get. You don't even have that. Check your download speed.
I don't even know if
That's my flex right now. See, you fucking dick. Like I have really fast internet speeds, and it's fucking great. I have like multiple TVs set up, and everyone's watching something on their phone, and I still get to record every night.
Well, you know what?
I hope that worked.
let's talk about something though, because since you want to talk about your fantastic home and your internet speeds, we had a conversation the other day about what you would do if, like, you got beat up in front of your kids, and I was thinking about it afterwards, and I was like, your kids are 4 and 0. So there's a pretty high likelihood that's going to happen to you. You're still very feisty despite all your weed and therapy. So, like, what are you going to do? Like, because you have to come to terms with that. Like, you fight niggas. So, like, do you have an escape, a strategy to, like have you plotted that talk with your children? Oh, is his internet gone now?
Yeah, it says you're muted, though. Motherfucker.
And he's out of the game again. Well, while he's out of the game, he could plot what he will do if he gets beat up in front of his kids.
Yes.
What would you do in that scenario, Joseph? I know you don't have children.
Yeah, if I got beat up in front of my kids, I hope I could just, own up to it and say, Daddy took an L. But I mean, I guess I'd probably try to like fake it to make it look like I was really, really hurt, assuming I'm not, because like niggas might beat me to death in front of my kids, and I may really need help. Like it may just be but I don't fucking know, man. I guess it depends on the circumstance. Like, why am I getting? Was it my fault? Am I a victim here, or do I deserve it?
Yes.
Like, if I get knocked out in front of my kids, hopefully it's only because I deserve it and they learn the lesson. Like, I don't know.
Oh, that was fucking crazy. Christian just came back and his screen is back, but he is gone. So you could see the background behind him. Oh, he's moving. That's why. Oh, that was weird.
That's why.
It looked like he literally just disappeared.
I hope I do. No, so I'll answer that really quickly. You said, what's my plan? My plan is that I have a gun. So I'm not going to get embarrassed. I'm going to murder someone. You can visit me in my prison behind, like, I don't know, 4 inches of bulletproof glass. I'm going to find a way.
Well,
like,
I mean,
I'm just going to.
I've been in that situation with someone with a gun and I beat their ass in front of their kids. So, I mean, don't count on that, my friend.
That was a good one. I'm not going to do. If I pull out my gun, it's not going to be false promises. It's not going to be like, because I'm going to give you a warning shot. There's no warning shot. It's going to go through your chest.
Have you ever even fired a gun?
This nigga's a drill rapper.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
He's been living
it's
in
one
the
of my
woods,
favorite hobbies.
Bro. Like, you know.
Bro, I literally shot a gut. Okay. I don't care so much about animals. So if you don't want to hear anything shitty right now, stop. But I shot at a fucking bear, okay?
Oh my God.
I don't give a shit. That fucking bear literally went on my porch, was like trying to like rummage through shit. It ran away and I shot one in the air. But I think I kind of like hit the dirt next to it because it's a shotgun. And that was my experience. But no, I do go to shooting ranges. There's one about 2 minutes away from my house. It is a great hobby. It's fantastic to blow off some steam and, you know, go through a few hundred rounds of like 9mm guns or, you know,
first of all,
a rifle. It's fun.
I need to talk about how you're absolutely wilding because, like, I've been on your porch. Why the fuck would you pull out a shotgun? Like, that's mad excessive.
Not that place. Not the one in Lackawaxen. The other place where you used to be. That was because we were right behind us is where the bear cave was, like behind our house. So they would wake up literally from hibernation all summer, and they were getting wild right after like when they started waking up after like the initial shutdown. I think it was because like all the restaurants around us were like closed, and they were just looking for food much more frantically. The fucking bear literally ripped my shed door open. Did you see that picture? Did I ever show you that?
You did not.
Like, it's a full on, like, there's like, you know, like a 2x4 that's like across it. It is full on, like really heavy wood. Destroyed my shed and just picked up the panels, like was trying to do everything. So I don't play with fucking bears.
First of all, why would it go? I've been in your shed. There's nothing in your shed but like the ghost of
trash.
Weed smoke.
It was trash. We where we used to live, we had a compactor, so only certain days we could go out and throw away trash. So it was one of those days that we couldn't throw it out. We put it in the shed just for that night.
Damn!
Boom.
Just for that night, they were like,
just for the night, because the next morning I was gonna go drop it off at the compactor. But yeah, they can get a little gully on you. For the most part, they're pretty scared of humans. But last night we had another encounter with a bear, and I almost pissed my pants because it like made like quick move. Like, have you ever seen a bear, like a black bear, actually move? Like, not just like moseying around. Like when it wants to actually get to what it wants.
They can run like 30 miles an hour.
Bro,
my heart stopped, bro. I was like, Joni, get out of the way! like, I was terrified. It like literally moved too fast, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. But I've learned tricks to keep them away now. So I do more humane things, like put ammonia and cayenne pepper around the place. So for the most part, they stay away. When I do forget, they come back.
I'm not fucking with bears, bro.
Dude, that's so. I'd hate to bring up goofy ass Joe Rogan, but I remember somebody on his podcast. So Joe Rogan has this like weird, like, I don't know, it's not weird. I guess
Hunting
it's like
fetish?
This like super reverence for animals. Like he is terrified of animals. And somebody asked him like whether he would rather die by like a lion or a bear, and the guest was like, "Oh, I think I would rather a bear because like a lion will bite your head off." And then the way he described what a bear death would be like, he was like, "Listen, man, you don't know about bears." And he like, like if he was like, "Here's the thing about a lion, right? A lion is going to eat you. So their goal is to kill you really quickly. Just bite. So a lion, if you ever see a lion kill something, they are always going for the neck. Their job is to get it done as swift as possible. Yeah. A bear knows it can overpower you, and you're not in a bear's diet. So a bear is going to throw its fucking 60-pound paw on your chest and then just start ripping your limbs off for fun. You won't die very quickly fighting a bear. You will suffer. And I was just like, I just remember listening to that.
We've all seen The Revenant.
This nigga does drugs. Like, so really like have that deep of a thought about bear death.
You ever seen that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where like 35 minutes is him just getting fucked up by a grizzly bear?
No.
That shit is terrifying.
The Descent or something?
Like the Revenant or something
like that. Yeah.
Something with an R. Something with an R and an E and a V.
Yeah, like that bear scene is pretty. I haven't seen the movie, but like I've heard about that bear scene pretty famously.
Oh God, The Revenant. I was correct. It is intense. They literally have him like he's got like a plate of glass at one point, and the grizzly bear is just like trying to get through, and like it's fucked up. Like I that is a terrifying death. As much as I don't know, like what would be a better. I don't know. I don't think I want to be taken up by an animal at all.
Yeah, I was like when you said go for the neck. I'm trying to think about. All right, let's think about getting my throat ripped out by a lion. Nope, don't think I like the way that feels. Like it's just gonna be fucking.
I mean, I don't think you would feel it, right? Like a lion's tooth is like the size of your face.
Fucking God, not.
I like you would talk about death really quickly.
Yeah,
it'd probably be it would be the same as getting shot. Actually, no, I feel like getting shot would probably hurt a lot more than a lion biting your neck. Because getting shot in the neck, you're like. The bullet, because people have survived getting shot in the neck.
Yeah,
what's this rapper, Lil Reese?
Shout out to Lil Reese.
Got shot in the neck.
Shout out to Lil Reese, boy. Shout out to Lil
Reese. He fucking survived that. So I feel like if a hot bullet went through your neck, like you would suffer and then die. But like I said, a lion's tooth is like this big, like it's the size of an average person's face. So I feel like if it hit your neck, you'd just be gone. And I'd say I'd take that death.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like lions, I'm nowhere near a lion. You know what would be a fucked up death though? Getting killed by a hippo, which happens far more than you think.
Yeah, I heard hippos are fucking insane too.
They chase people down like 30, 40 miles per hour, whatever it is, and they're voracious. They're like fucking terrible predators. Fun fact, I'll give you guys a free one. Colombia actually has a problem with hippopotamuses, and they were brought there by good old Pablo Escobar because he wanted to have a fucking zoo. And he was a stoner. That's the best thing in the world. Like, that's what he spent his billions of dollars. It's like, I need these fucking hippos. Bring them over. And because he got killed the way he did, like, nobody could, like, rein these hippos in. And they just started to pop. They just populated the fucking, like the Colombian rainforest. Like, I guess.
Yo, that's crazy. That.
Oh yeah, it's funny. I heard that story like relatively recently on somebody else's podcast.
Hippo orgies in the Colombian jungle.
Oh yeah, the Colombian jungle. I ain't doing that, bro. Like imagine you're like a gorilla, like Fark out there, just taking a shit in the woods. All of a sudden,
getting ran down on by a hippo.
I would hate it. I would lose my mind. I don't know, man. That shit would be fucked up. That shit, because could it like. See, like you bring a good point. Like the lion has a fucking long tooth, but the hippo's just got a big ass mouth. Do you just fall in the mouth? Like I don't know, man.
Crush you to death. With
hippos are pretty fucked up characters, but like that's kind of a weird thing. Like of all the like, you just made a zoo in your home. Like, why would you want that,
bro?
Like
he had money.
Sometimes, like Michael Jackson did the same thing, and I'm just like, why would you? Like, why would? First of all, have you been to a zoo? They smell. So, like, why would you want that? Like, you have millions of dollars to have your property smell like you're homeless. I don't understand.
Hold on, I gotta do a little bit of a screen share, and let's hope this doesn't break my internet. There we go. And let's do a Chrome tab. Look at that. Hippopotamus chasing man. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh, you would have whole YouTube video.
But it's full screen.
Your internet can't even survive this.
It probably won't, but okay, Jack and Barbara, get the fuck off of my screen.
That's why I pay for YouTube, pal.
Do you pay for YouTube?
That's crazy. I don't.
Yo, you're probably the only person.
I've been thinking about it for so long. My phone be fried. Fucking having YouTube all day.
It's not gonna play. But I pay for YouTube because I'm not even gonna like give them free promo. But there was one ad. I think it was like 2018. There was this one ad that would come up every single video nonstop for like a month and a half. And like I literally just recently got the jingle out of my head. And I'm not gonna say it was for a beer. And like it would come up so frequently. And then, like, the one day, I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to pay for YouTube just to, like, get rid of this. And then very recently, I was at somebody's house using their YouTube, and I guess they've got more ads on YouTube now. So, like, now if you watch, like, a 10-minute video, like, an ad will come on in the middle. It didn't do that before.
Right. It did not.
So,
bro,
it's a
you know how they
valuable
used to have like the
$17 a
skip
month.
the ad? You know that skip ad? You know how it used to be just like 5 seconds into the ad and then you could skip it?
Mm-hmm.
Now they let you hold that whole ad and then let you play the second ad and then you can skip
that shit is so foul. YouTube is so foul. Also, I've noticed this thing
but,
when that...
But monetize us. It's okay.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like... But they're foul for these ads because, like, I've seen ads where it's got that skip ad and the countdown timer's at 4, and the ad is playing, and that 4 is not changing, and then
that's
it's
what
like
I'm
an
saying.
extra second, and then it's like, 4, 3, 2. I'm like,
but
you got 6 seconds out of me, bitch. You can't lie.
You're here. You might as well finish the whole ad. Do you want to click? Like, I get so many stupid ads for, like, you know, get rich quick schemes.
Same.
That tells you everything about me. Like, hey, do you want to learn how to make passive income from your Amazon closet? Like, dude, if everyone did it, they would do it. Like, just stop. I don't need your class.
Your master class, your course.
$250, like, masterclass course. Like,
Well, we got to start fucking selling a course on something because we got to make this money, bro.
Yeah, I was just saying that. I was like, I got to.
He's like, I'm gonna sell a course. Like, I'm going
look
to.
at this fucking messy.
I'm going to. I've got.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You look. You know. Damn. I'm trying to think of like what anime character you're kind of giving me vibes off of. It's a good one too. It's not like Code Lyoko.
Wow, is your whole identity is like cartoons from 2001 and earlier?
Isn't yours? You were literally talking about Shaman King.
Dude, Shaman King was
you were the only person
crap.
and me that knew what Shaman King was. Literally, you had a bunch.
That was
like,
my
just,
Saturday mornings for a
that?
minute, and I never finished the series. I haven't even like it's re-upped on YouTube, not YouTube, Netflix. I haven't been able to watch it because I'm so tired. But I need to.
Oh man!
I was gonna like start making Thursdays my like rest day of like where I just like get off work and do nothing and like just try not to feel guilty about it. But like I said,
that's a good idea.
Slept the entire day today, so I think I'm gonna just use Thursday to try and make more clips. Also, shout out to just pretty much any of like those smaller podcasts that I've messaged about like how they do their clips and how they do their business that have like messaged me back. Shout out to
that's
Listen to
cool.
This
That's
While
fire.
You Shit podcast and Waving the Red Flag. Listen to this While You Shit is hilarious. It's just one kid talking. He's fucking hysterical.
Listen, that's why everybody has their lane, and there's a lane for everything on nowadays. So fucking do it. That's good, man.
That's a fact.
Good on them.
I was losing my mind at his shit. Although, in keeping with last week's conversation or the week before, where I said I need to be a little more misogynistic, that podcast really sent it home for me because. So I guess he has a Patreon, and the podcast is normally solo, but on his Patreon he'll just have his boys on, and I guess because of like a recording error, he like couldn't get the video up, so he was like, all right, well since this is only audio now, I'm gonna like put it out for free. And him and his like listening to him and his boys who are all like in their early 20s talk about bitches.
Yeah,
magnifique. I was just like, yes, this is the misogyny I needed right now. Like that old school misogyny where they're like, I can't fuck with bitches that was ugly, that was fine their whole life. I need a bitch who got hot recently.
That's awful.
No, that's
that brick and mortar misogyny.
It is true.
Brick and mortar misogyny.
Brick and mortar. No, man. You know, we I will say this. We were talking about what I think what's been on everybody's mind is the crate challenge. How the fuck did we get to? I mean, listen, I already know how we get to this point where we're constantly doing challenges, but the falls are hysterical.
Dude,
I just
the crate challenge falls are so crazy because like I actually watched a compilation maybe I don't know 3 hours ago, and it's like
okay,
none of the fall. You know how when you see people fall, it's like there's like levels to falling. There's like completely wiping out, busting your ass, and then there's like a gentle stumble. There are no gentle stumbles. Like people are always falling near the top, and then they backflip in the air, and two birds hit them at the same time from either side, and they fall direct. I saw one dude's teeth, like three of his teeth, like fly the fuck out.
Oh my god!
There was one dude I saw that literally just cracked his whole kneecap. Like he just, oh my fucking knee! Like, was the greatest thing.
Does anyone know the origins?
How you know what? The first time I saw it was that bigger Mexican dude kind of like walking across the crates, and he like fell from the top height and just like literally landed face first. That was wild. I was like the memes are great too, because it's like people are acting like they've got great health insurance out here. Like, we've got American health insurance. You really don't need to like, unless you've got like Medicaid, bro. Like, I don't think you should be risking it. Like, and no one, at least the videos I've seen, haven't been anybody like, in like 15 or like 20.
That's a fact. It's like, yo, man,
they're like 40-year-old men.
I gotta go to
like,
work.
You're not coming back from this. Like, you're not coming back from this. Like, first off, there's something to say about like, I don't want to ever become that viral where my fall is the thing that becomes viral, because that's all people are going to look at me for. Like, hey, like, you can't even be like at work, like, oh, I hurt myself at work, and maybe like, get like some workers' comp. Like, they'll pull that shit up and be like, wasn't this you, Lorenzo? Like, okay, you got me.
So I googled crate challenge, and then crate challenge death like populated.
Oh,
and then I looked it up. I'm gonna screen share it. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Oh no!
It 2 shot to death during filming of milk crate challenge in Louisiana.
What?
And then there's another one that says 3 people shot dead. Like, damn, that's just crazy.
Yo, wait, is it? One I saw that was really funny. It was a cop doing it, and somebody put a caption that said, he's going to arrest somebody out of frustration. Yo, that's probably what happened. Somebody fell and then just like started popping off, like just like straight up, like, yo, you let me do this and you recorded? Turn that shit off.
Give me your phone. Give me your fucking phone.
Delete that shit.
So now
it's alive already.
I don't want to go back into the article. I just want to like surmise how a gun would come into play during a milk crate challenge. So I feel like it's either, I feel like the most likely is somebody busted their ass, 20 people laughed, and they pulled a gun out and said, don't laugh.
That's exactly.
Or, less likely, but probably funnier to me, some like black activist came out and just said, I got to take you out of the gene pool, son. Like, you want to free from the shackles. And just started killing people who were filming the challenge.
Y'all keep stacking these crates, but y'all don't lift each other up. Yo, like, that's exactly what's going on. Like, somebody's going to get mad and be like, yo, what the fuck, man? Yo, we should be lifting each other out of poverty.
My question is, where are these crates coming from? I've never seen a milk crate for sale.
It's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
That ass.
I saw a CVS selling them. There was like a picture of a CVS selling them for like 99 cents a piece, which, listen, as a guy who collects records, I'm really tight that I've never seen them for 99 cents. But like, yeah, like even if you go to like those crates actually belong to the people who deliver milk.
Yeah.
Like,
and they always say that on them. They're always like, taking this crate.
They'll collect that shit.
Stealing.
They'll
what you're saying
like
is
bill the person.
The dairy industry is out to destroy black people, because that's all.
It's always been that fucking way. You know what? Because niggas
White
is
milk.
lactose intolerant.
White milk.
White.
We ain't doing chocolate milk out here.
White milk that takes black lives.
Oh God. No.
Speaking of which,
oh my God, the dairy industry is evil. We will say that.
Yeah,
did you ever see that fucking documentary from back? Like, it was like a year ago, and it was like a documentary about
you about to say back in the day
being vegan, and like they had this one like black doctor on it that said like he said the dairy industry is out to kill black people, but he packaged it in like a really like ridiculous way that like even if you were buying this documentary's bullshit, this would have been like, all right, my nigga, like
this ain't it. This ain't it.
This messy bun is
I get it.
Sorry, I just like full screened, and I'm like, so I literally just threw a rubber band in on random strands of hair just to, because I've already worn this shirt.
It looks good, man.
To diversify, but
I'll say this: everyone is looking great. I'm actually proud of my dewy skin. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I've been doing.
Weren't you just like driving for like 3 hours? Maybe that's where the dew is from. Your own fucking body oils.
No, it's like it's supple and taut.
It's because you spent like 3 hours this year away from your children, and now your body is restoring itself.
It's restoring itself.
just 6 hours away from my family, and I'm already rejuvenated.
Tomorrow, you're gonna wake up with a full head of hair.
Yo, what if that's the solution?
Damn.
Yo, would I have to say goodbye to my family?
Would you for a full?
Because I like my hair.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Speaking of which, I didn't want to bring this up because I didn't want to bring this up last week because you were lamenting Chuck. Rest in peace to the god, Chucky, your dog. But Joni had like posted like a memorial post about it, and like I said, I was in Pennsylvania when you guys like started dating, but like it was a picture of when you guys got Chuck, and bro, your hair looks so I never remember your hair being that long. It was like full and
beautiful
luscious and luxurious, and I'm like
I had gorgeous hair.
I feel like you were always bald in my mind.
I've like legitimately always loved my hair. I always had either long hair or I had like kind of a longer kind of skeezer kind of thing going on, and like I would do I had a relationship with my barber, like a real one. Like I know his kids. I knew my last barber's kids. Like I was invited to parties. Like my old barber in Queens, we would get stogies, go upstairs. He'd start drinking Henny. Then I start cracking open like some bud. Yo, that was my shit. I love going to the barber. You know how sad I am? I just have to be the sad fucking 30-year-old dude just bicking his fucking head because I got shiny spots in places. Yeah. Like, no, man.
I mean, bro, you got money. Get that fucking stem cell shit.
Get those transplants.
Bro, not that much money. I don't even know how much that costs. How much is that?
So it's actually funny to bring up Tyga again. So on our last episode, I talked about how Tyga is like the greatest rapper of all time, and I was being partly facetious, but not really, because I think Tyga's gonna have to die to get his flowers, because, like I said, he brings up the most beautiful strip club anthems, and he's been chart topping for like the last 2 years. But I did say the one thing that Tyga did wrong to me was I don't know if you guys remember that interview, but we've all seen Tyga's hair. Tyga's got very long, luxurious hair. And apparently, I guess he was losing it at some point. And, obviously we as, the common folk wouldn't know that, but I guess, Hollywood did. And then one day his hair just flourished. And then Tory Lanez asked him like, yo, how did you get hair? Like, because clearly I'm lacking. And I guess there's like a doctor that like did some stem cell shit where basically, so we know how if anybody doesn't know how stem cells work, long story short, basically you take the cells of like aborted fetuses, and because the cells like don't know, the cells are like still forming. So they don't know what part of the body they're going to be yet. They don't know if they're going to be a liver cell, a cell in the bloodstream. Mm-hmm. So what the cells supposedly do is that if you put them in a body, they just become whatever's
supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So it's a little correction. It's not always aborted fetuses. It can be from the umbilical cord that you're getting these stem cells.
Dead babies. So these dead or maybe living baby cells form whatever they're next to. So I guess Tyga, a doctor figured out, I can use this to grow people's hair back. And I think the surgery, like the procedure's only like $10,000, and maybe you need it 3 times, so that's $30,000.
Only $10,000?
I don't know the actual number. I'm just guessing because this was like a 2-year-old interview. But I guess like Tory Lanez went to this doctor and like restored some of his hair. And obviously after that, Tory Lanez started wilding out because God made him bald for a reason. And then and that was really. Could you imagine like he like pulled out his gun to like shoot Megan Thee Stallion or allegedly. And then was like, maybe I shouldn't do this. And then he like rubbed his like buzz and was like, you know what?
Fuck that.
And just firing off.
Wait, this seems like it's a pretty new thing. This came out like
you don't keep up with hip hop culture. No, this was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, in 2020 it just started. They just like made it available for hair transplants. That's wild.
I don't know the actual price. I mean, looking it up right now. Is there a price?
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Of course you will. Yes, I put you on.
Yeah. Listen, I want my hair back. I do. I don't think I'm willing to part with like $10,000.
I feel like 10 grand is a small amount to pay for your hair back.
Yo, you can't put a price on hair for. I know a lot of people who would probably give a couple testicles for it.
I miss my hair.
Yeah, if I lost my hair, I would very easily give a single testicle for it. No questions asked.
Oh yeah. Because the fuck I'm not even using it.
Like I really just got hair. You know what I mean? I'm trying to let my shit be luxurious.
Yeah, you know what? It does not have any pricing. I don't see any pricing, at least for it. Just tells me
bad sign. When someone
that's a really
doesn't
bad
have a price, that means niggas who can't afford this should.
Basically, yes, us, me. The cost of this treatment is $20,000. That's that's COVID-19 stem cell treatment cost. What the fuck? It's showing me the cost of stem cell therapy in 2021. So
it's got to be cheaper for hair.
Yeah.
Because I know they do it for every body part, but hair is very specific and super cosmetic. Because I know a lot of there's I think Joe Rogan. God, I hate bringing this white man up, but I'm pretty sure he did it for his knees. So that's something you need. If you don't, if your fucking knees fucked, you can't walk.
Right.
But I feel like hair has got to be cheaper.
There's a lot of great applications for stem cell therapy. So I'm not against it at all. And there's a whole school of thought that goes against that. But for hair, I don't know, man. I did have gorgeous hair. That's the thing. It was beautiful. It had wave. You see my kid's hair when he grows it out.
I'm gonna keep it a buck,
exactly.
I feel like if the cost was 20 grand and you came to Joni and said 20 grand to get my hair back, I think she'd be on board.
She likes bald guys. I think she made this happen.
Really? I've never met a girl in real
dudes.
life that preferred bald men.
I mean,
obviously I have hair, so I'm not attracted to people like that.
I'm not looking.
You're not talking those women. But yeah, no, she's attracted to the bald men. So
she's all about The Rock, Mr. Clean.
Basically, she really does
Kurt
like
Cobain or Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle.
She's like Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle.
Not Kurt Angle today.
Kurt Cobain. Yo, that's a good segue. Have you guys seen this shit? The kid from the Nevermind cover, officially suing the band and everybody that was connected to the project, for $100,000, each,
$150,000 for damages
for every person. Yeah. So I mean, how do you guys feel about that? I mean, I don't feel one way or about it because I get what he's talking about. There was some kind of exploitation, and even if it was just the fact that you just didn't compensate me the right way. He's framing it as if it was child pornography. They're talking about saying that it's child pornography, which no, but
right. So I
think he should get.
Well, for one, go for it, Joe.
Let Joe.
I saw a video that was explaining this, because I saw that shit. I was like, what the fuck? And it was saying it showed it was just a bunch of screenshots and it might have been videos of him talking about it, of how much him being on that cover has done for him and how much money he's gotten because of it, and loving the fact that it was him. But go ahead, Trop. You well, the truth will come out. But go ahead, Trop.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's ever gotten money, but if he hasn't, I feel like 150,000 is a very lowball number.
Oh yeah,
because that album had to have sold
per person
billions, a billion copies by now.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, but think about it. It's per person, and I think he named 10 people in the suit. So he's looking for an extensive amount.
Oh, he's suing.
He's going after Courtney Love.
I thought he was just suing 150 flat.
He's anyone who no. He's suing everyone that had to do with that project. So he's even suing Courtney Love, he's going for each person. Dave Grohl, anyone who was tied to the Nevermind project, which again, what you said, Joey, if he's, I mean, that's pretty damning evidence right there. Saying what you're going to say, he's claiming the fact that this had so severely harmed him as an adult that he can't do normal things and whatnot, which who the fuck knows you're the baby? You didn't have to tell anyone. Nobody, I've never looked at a baby and been like, oh, that's you.
That's totally gotta be you. That's your dick, bro.
That's you. Yeah, no, I don't buy that entirely. But again, I fuck Nirvana? Like, get some money? Like,
he's not going to get any money, dude. The music industry knows what the fuck they're doing. I'm sure his parents had to sign 16 pages of fucking legal documents to get this picture.
They got paid $200 for that picture.
And I'm pretty sure they signed away all their rights therein. Yeah. So really, this guy is going to end up paying a lawyer $150,000 to lose this. Also, like, what? I mean, I'm sure there's only like. Here's the thing about music that I find so crazy. There's only like 4 labels that own all the music.
Yes.
So like, do you think
Sony,
that like
Warner
Sony
Media
or whatever is just going to be like, yeah, we'll just go, because that's going to set a precedent, right? If he sues and wins,
they'll settle out of court if it even takes to that point. Like they won't let anything be public. They'll have him sign an NDA, gag him for the rest of his life. He'll get paid whatever they fucking want to give him, and he'll probably take it.
I think that he's going to lose. I think he's going to lose.
They'll take it to trial.
I think those labels
money to do so.
Yo, they got those lawyers, bro. They'll handle you. Niggas will get you hemmed up quick.
Dude, I remember I looked into law a while ago because I was working at FedEx. This was like early 20s. And that was a job where you got your ass beat, like loading trailers. And like, dude, I would see dudes puke, fucking pass out, like
terrible.
Like motherfuckers, like the average rate of like turnaround was like 3 weeks. Like 3 weeks from orientation, you were out the door because people couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
I was there for 2 years because
it's a hard job.
I love to suffer. But I remember like so after those 2 years, I quit. And then I came back for a second job because I was like, I told them, I was like, listen, you know me, you know I'm good for this work, but like I'm not gonna be putting in the same. I'm not gonna be putting the same like effort that all these people are in. And they're like, whatever, we don't care. Like we need people. So I came back and they're like, so since you're coming back, you know, you have to do the orientation again. I was like, all right, whatever. So I'm at the orientation and there was like a new like head honcho, and he's at the orientation like, listen. You may get hurt doing this job. Don't bother suing because FedEx has an entire building in Texas specifically dedicated to its lawyers. Or wherever the fuck he said. Some state. He was like, there's literally a whole legal, like the legal department of FedEx is a skyscraper somewhere. And that's what I started like looking into, like who owns what in terms of like also like legal shit is literally sorcery. Like that's the most medieval law. The law is the most medieval shit we still have. Have you ever looked at a contract? Like going to law school is just learning how to read spells. That's literally what it is.
Yeah,
I agree.
So is Doctor Strange really more of a lawyer than he is a surgeon?
I never fuck with Doctor Strange.
I think that works.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking about
Doctor Strange is that dude. Doctor Strange is that.
I'm thinking about
Doctor Who's is popping though. You don't like Doctor Who? I know that's really nerdy, but I feel like you would love that.
Would I? I feel like here's the thing.
Yeah,
you ever like
get
introduced to a fan base before you get introduced to what they're fans of? Doctor Who fans were always like the nerdiest, greasiest white girls, and I was just like,
you know what? They're okay though. They're nice. They're okay. They're nice. They're living the dream. They're gonna show me their sonic screwdriver. I'll show them mine. like
speaking of, you know. Who you're going to show your penis to, and you being on a business trip.
Sonic screwdriver.
I had such a funny thought the other day.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously I don't support anyone cheating on their spouse or significant other of any kind. But, you know, I can't wait for you to have a mistress just so I see what they look like. Because, no, in our friendship, every single girl that I'm aware that you've hooked up with or dated has looked dramatically different from the last.
Oh, okay.
You are all over the map, and I'm just like thinking, like, if Christian had a mistress, it would be the last person you would ever suspect. It would look nothing like
a South Korean chick. That's what I would go.
So you already have one. Is what you're saying?
That's the final level. No, fuck you. You know, Joni will listen to this somehow, and all of a sudden come like, I don't want to. No, I don't need that stress. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Beyond the fact that I do love my wife and she is really like I'm gonna get mushy for 2 seconds and then I'm right back to being a debaucherous asshole. She really is my best friend. I really do love her. She's, you know, kind and like the mother of my children. So I have the utmost respect for her. But it is too much work Like to have to try to balance more than one woman in my life. One woman is like, what am I doing? Like, do I still want to do this? Sometimes I don't. But like, yo, you get guys who like got like 2, 3, like, you know, different women that they're fucking around with. And it's like, yo, wow. Like, I can't do that. I work from home.
Project management, like baby. You know, being efficient. Time management. Time management right there. You know? Yeah. No, I am not good at time management. That is actually one of my weaknesses and what I always use in an interview. They go, what are your strengths and weaknesses? I tell people the truth. Time management. I have ADHD and I do other things.
You know what's funny? I was having a conversation, and back to me being a fucking hippie. I don't think most of our quote unquote mental illnesses are even fucking real. I think they're just like ADHD is not real. Like ADHD, like when do people say they have ADHD though? They say it when they can't work, right? We're not even supposed to work, dude.
It's not just work, bro. It's way more than just working. Like okay. Yeah. Put it this way, you know, as someone who does go through what I go through, it's not just about work. Now, would it be cool if I could squeeze out more tasks and shit? Fuck yeah. But I'm talking about things like I'll get sent an email and go, I need to address that email. It'll take me 20 minutes to remember I needed to address that email. Now, that's just forgetfulness. But then you go like a little further, putting things together. I get frustrated when my brain isn't connecting the things that it should be, right? Like it's getting distracted by this, and it can't, like, imagine like looking at an instruction manual and literally everything just starting to shift around. That's what my head starts doing to it.
But see, that's like really kind of furthering my point because we're just doing a bunch of shit. All right, so have you ever gotten ADHD while you were fucking?
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me that story then.
You haven't? You really?
Tell me a story
really
of when you completely spaced out when you were laying pipe.
Okay, so I was getting head, and then my brain started going on about my sales and saying, okay, I definitely have to address that.
Okay, but that's the thing though. Like if you didn't have sales,
hold on, and then I started thinking about, well, this was around Thanksgiving time, and I was like, I definitely got to get the turkey brine. I got to get that started, and if I don't start doing that, but I really have to start the brine. Okay, so what do I need for the brine? Oh, I need crystallized ginger, and I'm getting my dick sucked the entire time.
Was it fire?
Well, first of all,
that's what that is.
What we do on the holidays and work, those are all capitalist constructs. Secondly, so that again furthers my point.
It's family.
I get it.
Furthers my point. Family. But also, I mean, I hate to do it, but like, what was the quality of the top? Like,
it was good. I just phase in and out of things. Like, it's like, I mean, you guys see it today, like, as we are friends, you've already said it. Like, I'll start a sentence 30% in, and you'll be like, what happened right before? And you have to call me out on it. And that's because that's what my brain does. Sometimes people will talk to me and it becomes slightly uninteresting. And I start focusing on the smallest things. Like, I'll start looking at your face and then notice that you've got this curl, and then and I'll just phase out. You remember that shit, like Dave Chappelle, like when people would go up to him and tell him, like, give him pitches, and his brain would just, like, he would just start having, like, I'm the real black sheep. I'm the black sheep. I'm the real black sheep. I'm the black sheep. I'm the real black sheep. That's not like that's not an imagination thing. Like that literally happens to me all the time. And man, maybe it's a product of what it is, but you know, I was looking back as far as I can, and you know, kind of going through the dives with my therapist. We see it all the way back. Like, it was literally from like the get-go. Like, Christian's really great, but he has an inability to sit down. He's very talkative. He's very bright. He has a great imagination, but he doesn't necessarily want to sit still or stand still. Now, and that's where I flew under the radar, because they just thought I was just annoying kid. An active kid. Yeah. I'm a little annoying. I'm smarter than I should be, but it's okay. And you know, obviously the system's a little more sensitive to those kind of things. So, you know, like even my son does have, I suspect that he has ADHD. His doctor also suspects it. We're waiting for his, like, you know, after his evaluation through school to confirm that. And it's not for anything else besides the fact that I want him to have all the tools necessary, because there are I'll call them like little hacks to avoid going into those pitfalls. Like I'll do certain things where like I do webinars, so I have to like prepare my computer in a certain way. So when I share my screen, I'm going through a PowerPoint presentation, and it's all these moving parts, right? So there's ways that I've gone to hack that. Like, you know, I'll keep all this loaded up really quickly, queued up, so when I click through the call, I don't feel because there's there's this urgency that comes out of nowhere, and it panics me.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck. Like, even when I was trying to get ready for us to record, I was panicking. Like, I was thinking in my head, and this is how my brain goes. It's like, my two friends hate me. The people who I record with all the time are just fed up with me. Like, you guys are going to walk away from me like this fucking dickhead, travel 6 hours, try to get into a hotel, work on Wi-Fi that isn't his, set up a microphone and carried it through a fucking giant, like, this place is fucking huge. Like, you have no fucking clue. I walked like at least half a mile from the parking garage to my room.
Damn.
So like I'm like, but again in my head I'm like freaking out. I'm like literally, Justin is probably gonna hate me. Joey's gonna hate me. And I'm like, you saw the text message. I'm so sorry, dude. Like that's what happens because like there's the anxiety and the ADHD are like right there. They just meet each other right in the middle.
They're good friends. They're like, yo, what's good?
Very good friends.
Well,
we got some fucking
I do want to say I didn't even like know you were going on this trip, so I very much appreciate you bringing your equipment and having the foresight to do that because I would have forgotten.
Yeah.
I'm just a very forgetful person when it comes to like
I love you guys.
shit. But also,
I love you guys, and this is important. This is very important to me.
And also, like, I feel like here's the thing: I'm not saying mental illnesses aren't real. I'm saying that they are a condition of the things we go through. So today,
of the things we have to
and
do.
it's funny because I saw a TikTok today where I want to bring it up actually, not the TikTok, but the term. So we find it. There was a term that was considered mental illness when slaves didn't want to do slave work. Like they named it. Like
I saw that. I saw that.
Wow. What did I Google to find that term for mental illness?
It was wild.
For slaves who don't want to work. But like, yeah, they were saying that like that was like a real, like a science said like slaves have this mental illness if they don't want to work, as if they're supposed to.
Right.
And I feel like within our lifetime, that's what is it called? Drapetomania. Yes. And this was 1851. That wasn't even fucking that long ago. So let's see. Drapetomania was a conjectural mental illness that in 1851, American physician Samuel A. Cartwright hypothesized as the cause of enslaved Africans fleeing captivity. Contemporarily reprinted in the South.
Conjectural.
Yes. Contemporarily reprinted in the South's Cartwright article was one in the South. Cartwright's one mocked and center. Well, it was debunked, but in 1851, a nigga really fucking published a paper saying that drapetomania was a fucking mental illness for slaves fleeing slavery. So that means that, like, I feel like in 15, 20 years, they're going to say, like, hey, you don't have depression. You're just, like, not meant for capitalism. That's what I think.
Well, I mean,
pray to fucking God.
You know what? I'll probably go play ball with that because I will say this is like homosexuality was seen as mental illness up until maybe 1980, 70, like where women who, like, even as barbaric as it is, you know, you'd have women who were never sexually satisfied, right? They've never had an orgasm, and their doctor was prescribing them a dildo, like, you know. But it's so much to the fact that, like, they were calling it hysteria, brought on by you know, them not being, you know, satisfied or whatever. But again, it's it's pseudoscience, right? So that guy you talked about, he like literally apparently wrote the book on scientific racism, which is a fucking wild term to say.
Eugenics.
Like
that's eugenics, baby.
Eugenics, yeah. And you know what? It is always going to be something, just like anybody who's going to control the education that you're gonna be receiving or absorbing has so much power over what is being said in that book, right? And it's only as good as that person who writes it. So I'll say this. I mean, it's the same thing with history. History will always look kinder on the oppressor versus the oppressed, because they're the ones who are writing the books.
That's facts.
Like, listen, there was something like really interesting, like being in high school or school. And when we read about, like Martin Luther King, or we read about anything in the civil rights movement, all those pictures were in black and white. We still had color photos.
Exactly. Yeah, I read that too. There was color
the
photos.
The black
then,
and white was there just to make us think that it was years and decades ago, when in reality, our grandparents or our uncles or our aunts were alive.
Was there.
Our parents,
yeah,
they were there. Our parents weren't. My mom was born in 1967, so that's why.
That's the civil rights era right there. So
yeah,
there you go. So like I said, I don't think mental illness isn't real. I just think they are symptoms of the condition we're living in, because we're not supposed to live in them, and people don't. And I feel like that conversation is getting had a lot, and I think it's going to be had way more by our children, because, dude, my kid, it's so crazy to think, they're
going to crack it.
It's so crazy to think that, so one day I'm chilling with my kid, and she's on TikTok, right? And I'm looking at her TikTok feed. It looks exactly like mine. And it's fucking very crazy to think that, we're both learning in real time, except for the fact that I'm 22 years older than she is. So it's kind of crazy, what she's going to do with that information come, when she's
34.
Yeah. And I mean, it's already starting.
I think
you have this labor shortage. People are like, okay, there's a pandemic. I don't want to go back to work. I have avenues where I don't have to. And people are living better lives. So I just think, and like I said, and it's it's weird because you could have gotten out of the capitalist system. Well, not gotten out, but found your own way within to make money and still be dealing with depression, anxiety, ADHD, whatever. But it's you got to realize that even though you found your way out in 2020, if you're 25 years old, you've been dealing with this shit for 25 years from the day you sat in the classroom. You weren't supposed to sit in the fucking classroom as a 5-year-old. That sounds crazy. What do your kids do when they get home? They fucking sprint throughout the house like fucking cats in the night. You know what I mean?
I mean, the entire school system is, especially in the United States, is just completely built for us to be okay with that that kind of structure. The 9 to 5, having the authority, and that's why when anybody steps out of that, I don't know what to call it, but I guess when they step out of that, what the desired result is for those authoritative figures, they deem you a problem child. They put you in special ed classes, or they put you in resource rooms. That was my entire life. Literally, just because I would step out of line, or I would ask a question, or maybe something wasn't interesting to me, because not everything that's being taught in these school systems is going to be interesting to every human being.
Right.
Some of us are far better equipped with certain skills. Some kids are going to absolutely gravitate to math or science or engineering just naturally, but we all don't fit into those models. There's people who are creative and are fantastic at writing, or people who don't do well in class settings. They do better in remote learning sessions. And I think that's something that kids are learning today also. We have an entire generation of children that are going to have already started almost exclusively remote learning. And that could be a pitfall for some children where it does not work at all. But there's a segment of the population that does. Really I know a number of children who struggled in school because they're getting into fights. They're being called all kinds of crazy names by their classmates, or they're being distracted because they have to show up to school in a certain kind of dress, just like how we did back in the day. You didn't have the right kicks, or you get clowned around and people fuck with you, or something like that. Or you bring the right stuff and you get jumped.
Yeah, and you get it taken from you.
Dude, you know what's so funny?
All those distractions.
I felt so much progress in this moment. There's a show on Netflix called Sex Education, and when it was getting described to me, it was getting packaged as a documentary, but it's totally not. like a teen drama about like kids in this like British school, English school, whatever. And I found it so interesting that one of the I guess call him the antagonist of the show, like the popular kid, is a homosexual Indian kid who wears like pink suits, and like he's like the popular kid of the school. Like he runs shit, and I was like, wow, like that's so much progress because like that whole fit would have got you fucked up in 2000.
Boy, niggas would have got you out of here.
Yo, I remember when wearing a pink shirt was like you had to be brave.
Thank God for
to wear a pink shirt
for making that.
Yo,
okay for us.
thank you,
dude. Can I tell you like? Can I tell something like tragic?
Killer season.
I gotta tell you something. The tragedy of homophobia.
Oh, no.
So there was this kid in my high school, Daryl. Right. So in my high school, I hung out with my group. I was kind of like the kid that was like kind of in and out of different groups. But I would say like my core group was like obviously the gothic kids, whatever. And there was one kid who was just kind of around. This kid Daryl, dark skinned kid, and he was Cartman of the clique. Like everything out of his mouth was F word this, retard that. I don't know if like do we have to R word that now or can we just I don't know. But just everything out of his mouth was insanely offensive to somebody, and like nobody really he would always hang out with us, but nobody ever knew why, and nobody really kicked him out of the group because like I guess it just didn't matter, you know, that's 4 years, right? So I guess it later came out that he was a homosexual. So he was like doing his thing, stepping out to gay clubs, but he still wasn't comfortable with his identity. So he would go to gay clubs in like, you know, the baggy Echo jeans and the FUBU fits. And I guess he was like holding on to that to be like, I'm gay, but I'm still a man. So I guess he stepped to like a drag queen or of some kind at one of these clubs and was like clowning them like insanely, like doing what he does.
Don't do that.
And he got stabbed to death.
Bro, I know that for a fact. Blood clot. Yeah.
I mean, not to laugh at like teen death, but like that's crazy to think that if he would have got born like 5 years later, his life would be entirely different. Or if people, you know, if things weren't the way they were. But like that's crazy to think that like your internalized homophobia got you murdered. You know what I mean? And it's just
and it can. Listen, I worked. I'll tell you, alongside with the fact that I've dated women from every sect and religion and possible look. I've also worked every type of job out there. I have loaded trucks. I have worked as a bouncer. I have stolen bikes. I've done everything, bro. Every hustle. I used to fucking send out newspapers, collect newspapers, to recycle them, anything. But I worked as a bouncer at a drag queen club. I mean, it was awesome. But the dudes that would walk in there, like, you know, the obviously guys who are protecting how straight they are, like, would always just walk into the club like this. Just like, bro, I got to see your ID. Let me see your ID. Like, but and like, then you see these the people who are in drag, and, you know, they're not little people for the most part. You know, it's not always like 5'2" people. Like these are people who have full frame, like traditionally male bodies, right?
Traditionally masculine.
And masculine. But anyway, I literally saw that night, like there was a dude did something similar and he got fucking jumped. I have never seen drag queens jump anybody, but it was the best thing in the world because they were just fucking his ass up and slapping him with their heels. I was like, these girls are tired. They're going to fuck your life up. Why did you have to say that? I think he like slapped her ass and then called her, like said some kind of really shitty thing to her. And she wasn't having it. And all her homegirls just came out and wow, I don't want to get jumped like that. I don't want to have my life
especially in front of your kids.
Like that.
Yeah, that's
why am I
bro?
I hope not. Let me take a
it's
bit
just
of
like
club.
So crazy because like we're the generation that gets to see the front,
the change.
We like, like you know, like if you were born in like if you were 30 in 1950,
the front and the back.
But you know, if you were like 30 in 1950, like all you really know is your way of life,
like racism and misogyny, and
the thing too is that phobia. Like if you're different or like not even like homosexual or anything, but just like if you don't feel like you should be going to this factory job every day.
Yeah.
You don't even like
yeah.
You're in competition with all these people around you who are trying and they don't want to do it, but like they have to seem like they're holding it together. And now we're in this generation where everyone's talking about how sad they are very constantly. And obviously we have access to literally all the world's information in a second in our hands at all times. So now we can look back and see what was wrong, and we can also look forward to see what could change,
what we can do.
And it's like crazy that we're gonna miss it. We're gonna things are gonna be very good at some point, and we're gonna be like we're gonna be long gone. I wouldn't say I'm past my prime. I might be like right in it, but like I would have loved to have been.
Yeah,
I would have loved to be like I remember in high school. Another high school tale. There was this dude who was like, he was like fucking like look at basketball, like 6'8", fucking beautiful, dark skin with a crazy jawline. Mansden would come to school in like a dress every single day, and I wasn't like close with him, like, but like obviously you could see this dude from like a mile away because he just look for the neon and the heels, and you will find him. And I remember one day I asked him, I was like, you know, as the ugly kid in my high school with all my acne and scum stash, I asked him, I was like, yo, can I ask you something, bro? I know I don't know you like that, but like, if you dress normal, you could like have anything you wanted at this school. And he's like, this is my normal. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable any other way. And I was like, damn, that was thoughtful, bro. And it's just like so crazy that like, I don't know where that guy is at or whatever he identifies that as is in life. But I hope he's
being a real nigga
doing
somewhere.
Okay.
I hope so too.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
I'm sorry, I had to. Listen, that's the thing. I hope that dude's living his truth, and I hope he's having a fucking blast and whatever they're doing. Because I know my cousin, who, you know, I won't name.
Your internet cut out.
I'm fucking tight. He said, I won't name, and then went silent. I'm like, no, I'm on the edge of my fucking seat.
While we wait for him to get it back, how's your sexuality doing, Joseph? Do you
I'm good, man. I do the check on myself all the time. Like I'll see a dude, and I'm like, all right, picture kissing him, and I'm like, yep, nope, not for me, dog. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I was, you know, I think I said in the group chat like a month ago that I was like watching gay porn just to like see, and I was like, this is disturbing to me. Like, more power to them, but like,
right.
A beard on my crotch does not seem like the vibe. Now, maybe if he was beardless, I don't know, but
right.
Being straight is such a pain. Like,
it really is.
Like, it really,
you know, because
like,
who knows how to pleasure a man more than a man? You know.
What's that tweet? Homophobia got you missing out on some great top.
You feel me? Like, you ever like hand jobs, like whack hand jobs, bro? Like a whack hand job, and you just be like, oh, fuck on, bro. This is insane. Like, why are you even?
I haven't gotten a whack hand job in a very long time. Christian cut out.
Neither have I.
But yeah, I don't know. Now that I think about it, when was the last time I got a hand job? Like, just a hand job. Damn, it might have been. Dude, it's so funny because like now my head is like cycling through all the great blowjobs I've got, but like, I can't think of any.
That was top. That was top. Oh, I know, crazy. That was top. That was top from the bottom.
From the bottom, from the back, from the side. I felt my balls touch her ribs. I don't know what she was sucking on, but shit was crazy.
Oh, God bless. God bless.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten it. And you're back. Are you back? Say something.
Yes. No, you're not. Say something. I'm giving up on you. You know, something I will say that is slightly related to this. You know, like I've been cutting my hair Chop and I were talking about this the other day. I've been cutting my hair for a while, my own hair, because I really kind of like the art of barbering, and like I'm shaping up my beard and shit, and I always wish, like, damn, you know, like, I wish I could take my face off so I can make this shit right. But then I'm like, I don't even have all the hair on my face that I want. And I'm like, damn, man, I wish I had, like, a homie that I could just, like, work on his beard. Like, and I was like, I was thinking, I was like, but, like, what if I need him to lay down? Can I just, like, lay on top of him and get the razor and start lining up his mustache? I'm like, I need a nigga's beard to practice on. Damn. Yeah. Stewards. God bless, man. Like, it's like, damn, you got a badass bitch. You know, speaking on that, you with the having the gay porn in computer, you ever imagine like crazy scenarios that are like you know how we often think, all right, so like every kind of scenario is happening somewhere in some universe. You ever think like, damn, what if this is like ever have to live through the scenario of like having guests over and porn accidentally playing on your TV? Because that shit happened to me and my family in real fucking life, bro. Shit was crazy, bro. Yeah.
Oh my god. When I got my car, bro. Dude, I'm so glad. So when I bought my car, it was the first car I ever had with Bluetooth. And thank God I got that shit in February, because the amount of times I popped in my car and just a Bella Danger screaming. Because like my shit is like my ritual. I get in my car, the first thing I do is roll my windows down, like before the engine even starts. So like there's been a couple of times where like that shit has like, happened in the summer, but like when I first got that shit, it was like every time for like the first 2 weeks I got my car. Damn, I was spanking a lot. And since we're talking about jerking off again, okay.
Right? You're like, she looks.
That's not even
like
remotely
you,
a brand. Like I said, I was very taken aback when you married Joni. Do you and your wife watch porn together? Is it like?
Yeah, that's good.
Because I don't know. Like, let me just give me some insight into the married life. I feel like there's like a set of things sexually that people do when they're married that kind of signals the end of their marriage, that it's getting dry. And I feel like watching porn together is one of them, because I've never really had a desire to watch porn with anyone.
Oh, nah. It is. It's a good time. Yeah. Good ass time. Not like that. Like she will, occasionally hit a bowl if it's around, but like she's not like us. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. That's like a nigga we made it moment. You're like, I did it. I did it.
I feel like
did it.
my nigga we made it moment with a girl, shout out to my ex, I'm not over. We just had a session where we were just staring at each other and just jerking off. And first of all, this is like the hottest girl in the world. So like we're just spanking, looking each other dead in the eyes. And you know how, I know how dicks work. Like I could pop in a second, but I'm waiting for her so we can do it at the same time.
Right.
We're just locked eyes the whole time. And I'm just like, this is my soul is trapped inside of me right now.
Right.
Oh, I know.
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, but you still won't let her eat your ass.
Oh.
I would love to hear who this friend is.
Oh.
Yes.
Yo. That's royalty right there. Yeah. She's a queen.
I would love that. But I just want to end on back to the consent talk. I there's somebody I hooked up with once, and this was like, I feel like the funniest consent I've ever gotten, because like we were already in that situation. We already do that thing. You know what I mean? So you're like ask me, like, if I'm in your house, you know what time it is.
You know why I came here.
I remember we were watching a movie, and she knew I had work early in the morning, and she goes, "Listen, I want to be totally candid with you. I don't want to disturb, your sleeping or any of your processes, but I need to know, and feel free to say no. Do you want to be inside of me?" And I was like, God, yes.
Yeah. I would have got her pregnant. I wouldn't have been able to handle that.
I took a whiff of her fro, and I was like, shea butter, and then right in there.
Nothing like
So on that note, we'll end.
Yo, that's a fact.
Harlem World.
Harlem World, that's facts. We love you. Shout out to Killer Cam. National Meat Cheddar.
Peace out.